Well, hello there, Tankers of the Blitz universe. I'm Flossie, and this right here is a very expensive Tier 9 tank that is now just come out in the Contraband event. And honestly, if you look at it just quickly, you'll see that it has a lot of similarities to the completely free 50 TP that is on the tech tree that leads up to the 60 TP. Now, we'll get more into the differences between these tanks in a little bit, but first I just want to quickly share how you actually have to buy this thing or get it. You have to get these tickets here, and these are only available to you if you purchase bundles in the shop. Now, you can either purchase these tank bundles, which don't really give you many of these coupons, or you can buy very expensive $100 gold bundles, which will give you lots of tickets, but you'll need to buy like 2 or 3 of those things. Like, this tank is going to be like $300. It is ridiculous how expensive it is. And you might be thinking, well, wait, what are these crates doing here? These are kind of cheap, right? I might be able to get my hands on it through these. And while yes, you can, it is a 1% drop chance. So I wish you guys good luck if you're going to be trying to gamble on these crates. Yeah, so this tank is very expensive. Is it worth it, though? I mean, probably not. I don't think you really want to be spending $300 on a tier 9. However, let's find out for real. So you see here, this is the 50 TP, and obviously this is the BZ58 too. So what are the main differences? Well, if we're taking a look at the tank's stats, its gun deals about 10 less alpha. It has probably a bit better penetration, if I'm not mistaken. It has 1 more degree of gun depression, and it doesn't have tungsten shells. This tank does have tungsten, the BZ does not. Another difference with this tank is on the mobility side of things. This tank goes about the same speed forward, however, it goes way slower in reverse, and actually it goes a little bit slower forward as well, now that I think about it, because this tank right here, if you look into the provisions side of things, you can see it has improved gear oil and obviously normal gear oil, so you can in fact get its top speed up a lot more than the BZ. So that's actually a pretty big downside to this tank, is the lack of reverse speed. It only goes 15 in reverse, which, I mean, to be honest, it's not terrible, but compared to the 19 reverse that this thing has, that's a big difference. And honestly, the fact that this thing has tungsten means it just hits a lot harder. The extra gun depression and honestly the extra accuracy that this tank has over the other tank will actually help you out, and I find that this gun is actually pretty nice, honestly. It does have a decent amount of aim time, like 4.1 seconds is pretty long. However, its dispersion is quite good at 0.292, which is definitely better than the 50 TP's dispersion, even when using all of the right equipment here. Just give me a second. Even when using refined, it's still 0.310 on this tank. So yeah, overall, you're going to be getting better dispersion, better gun handling, and better gun depression. However, both of the tanks have very similar armor profiles. So honestly, that 1 extra degree of gun depression, it's not really going to help you out too much more in terms of how effective your armor is. Both of the tanks have very strong turrets, and playing both of them hull down is where you're going to be most effective, honestly. If you can get this tank into a very good hull down spot, there is going to be a lot of people on the enemy team that are not going to want to deal with you. I will say that right now. So, I mean, overall, this tank does look pretty good. I have played it a couple of games already, but yeah, I mean, the tank is going to be pretty decent. I wouldn't say, like I said before, I don't think it's worth that much money. Like, I would wait. If you really want this tank for whatever reason, if you want a similar version of the 50 TP and you don't want to buy the 50 TP, I don't understand why you wouldn't. But if you do want this tank, then I highly recommend you just wait for it to come out when it's cheaper, because right now, way too much money for this thing. I will say the camo looks pretty sick on it, though. I like the historical look, and I think it fits this tank well. However, it's kind of an ugly tank just to begin with, so, I mean, the camo can only do so much to sort out that ugliness. Like, look at this thing, bro. Its turret is just massive, dude. Anyways, we're going to get into a couple of games here, and I did just actually forget to mention, now that I'm looking at it, this tank, so it doesn't have tungsten, but it does have super speed boost, which is something that doesn't, you don't get on the 50 TP. So I guess that kind of balances out the mobility side of things a little bit, but the thing with gear oil is it's permanent for the whole battle. This is only, like, temporary. So, yeah, I mean, overall the mobility is still worse. However, you can see this thing slaps really hard. I mean, that was a low roll, but still decent chunk of damage off of that ISU 130 here. And you can see where the nice gun depression, like a Chinese tank with 9 degrees of gun depression is actually pretty insane. Like, look at that gun depression. It's kind of crazy. You would never expect this tank to have 9 degrees of gun depression. It's so funny. And it's really, really helpful. Like you can see here, we're just able to get easy shots into these tanks while sitting behind this ridge, which is how you should be playing this tank, as well as if you are playing in the 50 TP, you'll want to play that thing similar to this. So you can see here, we have a clueless CC Mark II over here. And yeah, we're going to get 1 shell into him. I probably just wasted my adrenaline for like literally no reason, but we're going to make our way up towards this AMX 5120 over here. And, oh, wait a minute. There we go. The 50 TP does shoot, so we're going to try and get a shell into his lower plate there. 452 roll, and I mean, you can see 15 reverse. It's not terrible, but it's also not great either. Like, I wish we were able to reverse the same speed as that 50 TP over there. A 19 in reverse, that's really good. But anyways, we're going to keep getting our nice rolls out into these enemy players here. They're just kind of ignoring me right now for whatever reason. And yeah, let's see here. Can I get a shell into... you know what? I'll just take a shot from this guy. Whatever. 423 roll into his tank, and that brings us just above 3,000 damage. So, we're doing pretty good so far. I'm hoping this STRV, he's gonna bring him down to like 100 health, so I don't really care about him. And that 50 TP just missed. However, my shell also misses this purging. I don't know how it missed that, because that was literally the easiest shot ever, but oh well, here we are. Hopefully I'll be able to get 1 more shell into this guy here in just a second, and bonk. There we go, 419, and he's dead. Okay, crazy stuff. All that's left is the K2 on the enemy team, and yeah, I mean, this was a pretty simple game to play. Our team pretty much steamrolled the crap out of this enemy team. Not much else to say about that. This was not... The reason we won this game was not because of the tank. I'll tell you that right now. That was a really nice shot and a nice roll for 494. So, I mean, yeah, having 450 alpha is pretty solid, and it really hits hard. I like the fact that this tank can outtrade other heavies at tier 9. I think that's one of the strong suits of this tank, as well as the 50 TP, is just that alpha damage mixed with the OK DPM. I think these guns are both really, really solid. You can see there we dealt over 4,000 damage, and we got a first class for our first battle of 3. So let's get right into our second game of the video. So yeah, I mean, you saw that game. It was pretty easy to use our gun depression and kind of just slap people. We didn't really get hit a whole lot in general by the enemy team, but you could see when we were hull down, they kind of just ignored us. In terms of the armor profile of this tank, your main weakness is the hatch on that turret, as well as there is a little section on the roof that you can just overmatch if you're in tier 10s or tier 8s with high caliber guns. Yeah, so honestly, your best bet is to stay hull down and to not show your roof, because if you do show your roof or your hatches, yeah, you're gonna get buttered right through your turret. Like it's just, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. So yeah, I mean, overall, solid tank so far. We'll see what game number 2 brings, and I guess I will skip to when I'm in game. Never mind. Okay, crazy. I did all that yapping, and I could have just, you know, skipped to the battle, but whatever. Here we are in game number 2 on Castilla, a map where our gun depression will be very handy indeed, and we are up against another 50 TP. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'll make my way towards C-Cap. I don't normally go this way, but in this battle, I think it might be useful. We'll see how many of their tanks actually go over this direction. I feel like a decent amount of their heavies might actually make their way over this way. I don't know why, but I have a sneaking suspicion that that's where they're going to be going. But we'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, I can just shoot people across from this hill. Now, who are we going to spot over here? I'm going to make a very aggressive play. You can see there we have the 53 TP, who we get a very juicy roll into for 504. Kind of crazy. And unfortunately for us, this KPZ is kind of getting bled out right now. So what that means is obviously they have their TDs sitting on that back hill there. And there's no one on our team spotting up this this A side here, which is a little annoying. Actually, the T92 does finally spot them out, but like before I said that, there wasn't anyone spotting these mediums. So that's probably another reason why this KPZ on my team just got bled out for free. Anyways, see if I can get a free shell into this 53 TP here in just a second. You can see the lovely accuracy doing its job well there. And, I mean, even though the aim time's not exactly great, that dispersion just really, really helps this tank out a lot. And let's see if we can hit this guy once. Don't really care that he penned me. I'm pretty sure that shell hit him. And we did, in fact, get a bounce for 600. So I'm assuming that's their ISU who's shooting at me, which is honestly fine with me. He's going to have a hard time penning me if I stay hull down. So I'm not too worried about him at all. Honestly, this 53 TP seems like one of the worst players I have seen in a while. Bro just keeps poking that same rock, and apparently no one can pen me either, which is kind of surprising. People should be able to pen at least my sides. Now, the upper plate on this tank is really strong, and that's partially because it has such a steep or such a slanted angle to it. I honestly think the upper plate on this tank is stronger than the 50 TP's upper plate. However, you do have that big, massive lower plate, and you really don't want to show that if you can help it. Anyways, let's see here. Get a really juicy shot into that 50 TP. Again, I mean, the accuracy has been on point in this tank. I've really, really enjoyed it so far. What I'm not enjoying right now is getting peppered by their medium tanks from A hill because no one's spotting them out. Thank you, T92. Wow. Okay. You know, it would be so much nicer. Like, the T92, he doesn't even need to full commit to A. He just needs to get into a spot where he can spot these mediums out. Like, I can't do anything when these guys are unspotted. And we're actually down on base cap right now because one of our teammates is dead. There we go. Now we're even again. Hopefully, no one else dies. Bro, this T92, what is he doing, bro? Oh, my God, bro. Well, in that case, I might as well just make a super aggressive play. Let's aim in on that ISU and try and shoot him on the move, but obviously that's not going to work. So I'll make my way towards this rock here, and I'll see if I can clear off this Jagdtiger, who is a one-shot to me. So let's just hit him with a nice juicer right there, and he is now dead. Now, I do have to worry about this K91 here because, of course, he can just one-clip me. So I'm going to be careful about that. However, their 50 TP is now a one-shot, which is very nice. And their ISU is kind of just sitting there, allowing me to get hull down in this position here. This is a very nice position for this tank because, of course, this tank is tall enough to just show its turret and not its hull. However, here comes the K91. And this guy is going to be a real pain if he does, in fact, pen all 3 shells, because I'm probably going to die if he does that. Okay. I don't really know what to say about this player, though. He actually just screwed that up. Okay. And did the ISU actually just shoot? I'm pretty sure bro just shot. So let me see here. I'm going to shoot this ISU first. There we go. Get him out of the game. And I might as well just wait another 6 seconds here. Hopefully this guy doesn't pull across the... okay, what is he aiming at, bro? This guy, what am I looking at right now? Alright, very clueless player right there. Literally, I'm the freest kill for that guy, but he just screwed it up. Like, not much else to say about that. I guess it's because these are my first couple of games in the tank, so yeah, the matchmaking is going to give me these kind of players. Understandable, but anyways, I'm going to use my super speed boost. It is actually a 3 versus 3, so this is losable if we screw this up. However, now it's a 2 versus 3, so we're fine. And I just realized our WZ was actually full HP this whole time. So yeah, I don't think we're going to be losing this. But hopefully the 50 TP is not looking at me. Never mind. Okay. I'm just going to stop talking. Apparently, my team just doesn't need any help with these guys. WZ's cooking, bro. Alright. Where's this Progetto at? This is the last player I need to get a shot into. Oh my god, dude. Stop. This guy is just taking ages to just... Yeah, thank you. I'm so glad that I killed this guy. I thought he was just going to be running around the map the whole time. But anyways, a very solid game in this tank for game number 2. And I think we did over 4,000 damage again. This time we got 4 kills. So I'm assuming that's an ace. Yes, it is. And we blocked 3,200, although that enemy team was pretty terrible. So, I mean, they didn't really know how to aim. Anyways, I mean, the tank worked well. The armor in a face hug, like you can see there, the K91 screwed his shell up because I tried to face hug him as much as I could, so he wouldn't be able to see my lower plate, because if I didn't do that, he would have definitely killed me, because my lower plate is massive. And with that, we'll get into our third and final game of this video. So, I mean, overall thoughts, gun handling's great. I mean, you've seen that in all of these battles so far. The gun has not trolled me at all. And it's so nice having a tank with decent alpha damage that still has good gun handling. I don't even know what else to say about that. The mobility honestly hasn't been too much of an issue for me, so I don't mind the fact that it's slower than the 50 TP, because both of these tanks are pretty mobile regardless. Yeah, but anyways, we'll get into game number 3 on Desert Sands, and once again, another 50 TP on the enemy team. To finish things off, let's see if we can get 3 wins in a row here. And, I mean, my team's looking pretty stacked. We do have a Hori Type 2, Standard B, IS-3, 252U, and Batchat, who hopefully is not stock. Because if that Batchat's stock, then that's going to be annoying. Their team's looking alright too, though, but yeah, I'm not too worried about this game. I'm going to go to this position here. I love this building right here because I don't have to be the one to take all the shots initially from this position. I can usually just wait till my team pushes up more aggressive than me, and then when they get shot, then I can poke out and shoot the enemies back. This tank is okay at side scraping. I wouldn't really recommend you do this too much though, because if you do show too much of your track wheel, people can just kind of go right through it, but you know, it's okay. And that Waffle does shoot me with HE. Very interesting stuff. I am going to move up more because I see that the majority of their team is pushing mid, which is very, very odd. We do get a very nice shot into that Waffle. I should have shot him with HE, but it sets him on fire regardless, so it doesn't really matter. I need some help with this guy. Like, we need to push this guy right now. Let's go, 252. Come on, bro. Let's go. Stop being such a wuss, bro. Let's go. Let's push this guy. What are you waiting for? Honestly, my best bet is to try and gun block him. He does actually pen me in the hatch, which you can see is obviously the weak spot on this tank's turret. So, good on him for finding that. Oh my god, how does our IS-3 bounce the rear of the T-34? Okay. Anyways, I should be able to pick up the clear into him unless this 252 does instead. No, he low rolls. Unfortunate stuff. So far, we're down 2 tanks each on both teams, and our team's in a better position right now. We have more base cap than theirs, and honestly, this side of the map is just kind of better for holding. Let's see if we can get a nice shell into the Waffle. Again, I should have loaded HE, but I should be able to just ram it. Okay, or not. Maybe this tank is just awful at ramming, I guess. Okay. Anyways, we have the Yo in front of us now, who literally has no camo. That was a bad shot from me, but I'm not too worried about this Yo player. Now, I am worried about that 50 TP because he can shoot me from there, and I don't really want to be shot any more than I can, because I only have 800 health. So there we go. He does shoot his shell. So now we're going to poke him and get our shell into him. And we're already at 2,900 damage. There's still a decent amount of health left, so that's good. I'm going to make an aggressive play here. I think this Yo, I think he shot once at least. So, if I'm not mistaken, I should be able to get a free shell into him. And then he's going to shoot again. And I think he only has 1 shell left. I could be wrong, but we'll find out soon enough. Let's see, is he going to even shoot me, or what is he doing? I think this guy's stock. I actually feel bad for him. Bro, can't believe that guy is stock right now. Oh well. Anyways, we have the 50 TP on my frontier, and let's see if I can get a juicer into him. Oh, a nice 563 max roll. And hopefully our IS-3 can kill this Yo in just a second here. Please don't bounce him, bro. Please just don't. Just don't do it. Thank you, thank you. Alright, now our IS-3 does die. I am able to get a shell into that Type 68 there. I'm going to back up a little bit, because if I do get rushed by both of these players, not that I think they're going to rush me, because this T-54 looks really bad in the game. Like, I don't know what bro is doing. You can see the very nice accuracy helping me out there to get that juicy shot into the T-54. And all that's left is this guy right here. Wow, he does high roll me for 506. Is he going to kill me? Just trying to get... There we go. Never mind. My teammate does shoot him, and I do pick up the kill. So that was 5,500 damage. And, I mean, it was a pretty simple game. Again, the enemy team was just awful. So I got free damage. Actually, 5,700 damage, I guess, with those fires on the waffle. So, yeah, this tank... Hey, yo, wait, that was Token on my team. Let's go. Token. Hey, yo, if you're watching this video and you see this, then there you go. Shout out to Token. But anyways, you see that I did well in all three of these games. However, this tank, it could have done just as well, if not better, in the 50 TP. Both of these tanks are just so similar, and honestly, the Tungsten might have helped me out in a lot of situations there just to get more damage out. Like, having one less degree of gun depression wouldn't have made much of a difference in any of those games whatsoever. And because the armor profiles are quite similar, that wouldn't have made much of a difference. So honestly, this tank is not worth the money. Wait till it comes out for a set gold price or for just a cheaper offer in the future, because it is a very good tank, but this is also a very good tank, and this is completely free. Like, if you are going to get one of these tanks, just grind for the 50 TP and you'll be happy as ever. And yeah, anyways, hopefully that helped you out there. If you were thinking about buying this tank, then I would highly recommend you just go and get the 50 TP, like I said. But anyways, for any of you out there who are not yet subscribed to my channel, I highly recommend you do so, as it's a fantastic way to support content like this, as well as stay up to date when I post videos almost daily. And also, you should join the Discord server. The link will be in the comments down below. And with that, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.